Welcome to another Coinomi Connect, hosted by Duane and featuring our partners at QuickX, diving into our new partnership. This conversation was recorded live on X Spaces on Wednesday, April 22nd, 2026. Please note that the views and opinions expressed in this AMA do not necessarily represent those of Coinomi Wallet and should not be considered financial advice. Always do your own research on any project we discuss. Enjoy the video and don't forget to like and subscribe to support the channel. Now let's get started.
Okay, just making sure everything and everyone is currently here. We got Exolix here already. Just wanted to make sure if, your audio is working. Exolix?
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. Loud and clear.
Wonderful.
Okay, so we're just going to be waiting for like maybe 2 to 4 minutes before we officially begin, just in case we still got some people trying to join in. So Exolix, you okay? Are you okay waiting for like 2 to 4 minutes more before we officially begin?
Absolutely. I agree that it would be the right time to start.
Okay. And are you still waiting anyone from Exolix, or is just going to be you who's going to be speaking here?
Yeah. I'm Alex, the community lead at Exolix. I'm going to represent the company and speak from the official account.
Okay, Alex, right? Okay, nice to be here.
Yeah,
nice
also you can
here.
see Elizabeth from our team in the audience, but she is not expected to attend unless we encounter some difficulties technically, because X is not very reliable.
Okay, Elizabeth. Yeah, just in case something happens, Elizabeth, you're here. You can speak in behalf of Alex, or I'm just going to call you Exolix here. So we're just going to be waiting 2 to 3 minutes before we officially begin the spaces. So just a few announcements that we got. Of course, one of the main things why we're having this spaces is also to announce the partnership that we have currently with Exolix. And we're also going to be giving away $25 in USDC to one person who likes, retweets, and stay tuned in the AMA. And yes, we'll be picking the winner on the next day, and it will be announced on our socials. Of course, we would like to always remind you guys about the rewards inside Coinomi. So we have new tasks in the app, and there's a $1,000 USDC prize pool up for grabs. So everyone definitely has a good chance to win. All you need to do is just complete the tasks and check the wallet every day for 2 weeks. It's as easy as that. Just open the application, open your wallet straight for 2 weeks, and you already have a good chance to win one of the prizes in USDC. And this one is going to be powered by our partners, our new partners, Exolix. So please, guys, if you're a user of Coinomi, please install the app, download the app, or if you're using the PC, download the wallet. We encourage you to use it as well. Hopefully we'll get our feedback from you. And don't forget to show us some love, and please leave us a review, and we'll be more than happy to answer to all of your questions as well. So right now, it's going to be an exciting AMA. I'm seeing a lot of people right now, so I guess a lot of hype is coming behind this spaces. So be sure to everyone tune in. If you have anyone else that's still not here and you think that will benefit in this spaces, which I think will benefit anyone within this spaces, it's going to be an exciting AMA/spaces. So guys, please do tune in to this show. So we're just going to be waiting 1 more minute before we officially begin, and we can get started in a few seconds, I guess. I'll just set up something in the back end while waiting to begin. And for the giveaway, it's going to be visible as well on the thread or the comment section or the reply section behind the AMA spaces post here. Or I guess you can just check out this post containing the link to joining the spaces here and Coinomi in the Coinomi page. So I guess we're good to go. Exolix, you still here?
Absolutely, I am.
Okay, I'm gonna call you Exolix. Hopefully that's fine, or you want to be called Alex. I don't know.
As you wish. Fine by me.
Okay, got it. So Exolix, okay, let me just officially start this. Okay, hello and good day to everyone that is really tuning in here at Coinomi Connect, and this time we have a very special guest featuring one of our newest partners, and that is Exolix. So from the Exolix team, let's welcome Alex. But I'm gonna be calling him Exolix, so you guys know that I'm talking to someone from Exolix. How are you doing today? And welcome to Coinomi Connect.
Hello, thank you for having us. Thank you for this warm reception. We are great, and yes, we announced our partnerships just a few days ago, and yeah, nice to be here.
I think a lot of people are quite hyped knowing that we're getting quite a lot of people joining in the spaces that we have. So that, I guess, is a good indicator on how much influence and how big the community that not only we but you guys here at Exolix has. So I guess you're quite well established as a project. But before we jump into the your I guess your project in general, can you tell us more about something on yourself and the team that you work with?
Okay, so I'm Alex. I am the community lead at Exolix. Basically, I participate in events like this one, and also I run various collaborations and extended events with other projects. And also, I communicate with the community and manage junior community stuff. And Exolix itself is, just as you've expressed, a quite established and well-known uh, swap platform. We focus on cross-chain swaps with the feature or focus on privacy networks and privacy coins. So, have I already mentioned? Sorry, I forgot whether I already said or not that Exolix has been established in 2018, so it is already operating for almost 8 years. And in this industry, 8 years is a lot. So basically, kind of helps us on the side of trust, and we keep increasing the number of tokens and networks that we are connected to. So currently, we support about 2,000 tokens on 200 networks, and that number is only increasing.
Well, I have to have my hats off to you, Alex, because as a community manager, you're able to grow this amount of community members. So I guess a lot of the work of growing the community comes from you, and it's not an easy feat to be able to grow a community as big as this one. So I can only imagine what kind of things Exolix actually does, and what actually provides to the people. So, Alex, can you tell us more on what Exolix is all about in this space?
Okay, so basically depends on like what are the needs of the customers. So we work like in two fields. So on B2C side, we provide users with really fast and easy swaps, completely anonymous, and that is like our main feature for what we're well known for. But at the same time, we work on the B2B side, so other projects can connect with our API or can use the widget. So basically, if they can either benefit from having our solutions with them, or perhaps they just want extra accessibility for their users to the swaps, then they can also contact us, and our BD department would help them with all the installations. uh, yes, so on top of that, we partner with wallets, we partner with networks, and we try to make all the swaps cross-chain, seamless, and as always, anonymous for the benefit of our user base.
And you guys have over 1,600 amount of crypto that you can be exchanging in your within your platform. Just wondering, how many of these cryptocurrencies do you actually have partnership with? No need to mention their names, but are most of this like partnered or somehow connected
Uh,
within?
oh, actually, I can't tell you the exact number because I probably should have checked previously, with my colleagues from
Yeah,
BD.
I know it's too specific, but
Yeah, but yeah, we we do have lots of partnerships. I mean, uh, if you just check our feed, every week we have on average one or two partnerships. So if you compound that over like 8 years, that would be a lot, especially after various events like big conferences, expos, probably when we get new connections. So I'm pretty sure That number is in hundreds. And yeah, and keep growing.
Consistently growing partnerships every single day and week. Wow, that's actually really amazing. So I guess your business developers, including you, of course, are doing really great in terms of doing this, because that definitely shows that the project is continuously growing by having continuous partnerships with different projects and coins. And
they do their best, right?
Yeah, and you know what? For a lot of people in the cryptocurrency or just in the Web3 space, and a lot of them actually started using this as a form of security. And I think that's one of the things that Exolix actually excels in, which is, privacy and anonymity. Can you tell us more about this feature on Exolix and Exolix? How does it work? Why? Yeah, continue on.
Yeah, so basically, I mean, there are like multiple layers to that, and I don't even know where I should start. So let's start where I feel it's better to start. So first of all, you can see that many privacy focused tokens, even those that are like at the top of the food chain, if I can say so, like those that have really high market cap, like Monero, for example, or Zcash, or perhaps Zeno or Pirate Chain are many of them, I think most of them, are rarely seen on big centralized exchanges and typically are not available on centralized exchanges at all. Partially that is due to regulation, yet the demand for them is only increasing, especially if you've seen the news over the past few months, I'd say. Monero and all other privacy networks have been, hyping and trending for multiple times during this period of time. So we provide, that demand but with supply, not without the help of our partners, like wallets who help with those solutions, and networks themselves. And we also understand that sometimes people go to our service not for specifically those tokens that are, for instance, not available on centralized exchanges, but for some tokens that they simply cannot access locally in their countries because of some, local regulations. Some countries are really strict on crypto. Some countries have some additional rules that apply specifically to people who want to register on their local or like global exchanges. So we kind of, provide services to entities that could benefit from this. And on top of that, privacy itself, I think it should be a basic right. Once again, especially over the past few, I don't know, months or couple of years, you've seen more and more those fears that were just theoretical now, like happening in real time, when people, especially like so-called crypto millionaires, are being assaulted and sometimes violently, sometimes maybe without direct assault but targeted with threats or something, and extortion is happening as well. So basically, uh, mm, we should kind of understand that people do have this, basic uh, need of being able to have that hub for these I'd say, services, not necessarily like crypto swaps. We specialize on crypto swaps, but other services as well, because there are, for instance, Monero marketplaces where people can actually go about their business with like extra layer and degree of privacy that is technically proven, which is not just promised, as a feature, as a marketable feature, but that is actually technically proven. And there is like a great deal of demand for that.
And you know what? You guys are living up to the promise, and it's not just a promise, as you mentioned. It's already being established and used. That's one of the utilities that you got. But an interesting take that you guys got at Exolix is you have full no registration, so you don't need to register in order to avail to your services. And
yeah,
it's amazing. because again, you won't be able to track, which is the anonymity part of the services you got. But it is a double-edged sword, I would say. It could be a benefit for a lot of people, but it can also be used against you guys or some other people, because there's no way to track. And a tool can be good or bad depending on who's the ones using it. But I'm curious on the thought process, and what would be the pros and cons that you see on having no registration, and why did you end up choosing to have no registration?
Yeah, I mean, not only that, not only no registration. I mean, not no registration is the first one that comes up, but also like no wallet connection. Basically, you just get the
That's
address to
awesome.
deposit funds, and then you input the address to receive funds. Basically, of course, we can start with cons. We don't get that data that could help us in marketing, in our their day-to-day operations. We just simply do not collect that, and uh, at the same time, the pros are that, as I've already mentioned, uh, people actually trust the solution because it lives up to the promise. So, because for instance, if we required all of that, but said that we're not collecting anything, I mean, there would be like a huge amount of doubt raised. But at this point, like the way we do it, it's basically it. Once again, people can register. uh, they can register, for instance, if they want to get occasional newsletters with discount codes for various tokens, or they can register if they want to be our affiliate partners and participate in our referral program. Then absolutely, we would welcome that and we would be very thankful. But if people specifically choose not to, then this is the option that they are coming for, and that is absolutely fine. And also, our support service, they just respond on a transaction by transaction basis. So basically, if you don't want to, you can speak with our support team, with regards to your transaction. Then they solve it, and then you speak to them next week, for example, or month or year, and you can just input another email address for the feedback, and that's it. There would be no telling for them that that is like the same entity requesting the assistance. By the way, with regards to our support team, we don't do any kind of chatbots, any kind of automation. It is 24/7 live support only.
So you have automations. Is it like automation in terms of like trade, like buy and sell trade? I forgot it. Trade, sell limit and buy limit, like those kind of things. You also
No,
have that in Exolix?
I meant that our support team is
Okay.
live 24/7.
And that's what we need, especially when it comes to handling funds. People go crazy if something happens, whether they didn't know it's their own fault or not. So yeah, having a strong and solid customer support definitely is a must on this kind of project. But something that I wanted to clarify with you guys. So you have fixed rates when it comes to trading. So is it fixed rates in terms of the service fee or the trading amount fee? Like
You
for
can actually choose this
Mhm.
option of the fixed rate, and like what you're getting
That's interesting.
for. Yeah, and but there is not like a very large window to do that swap, but it still exists. So it is about 15 minutes. So you can try it. I mean, you can just try it and not proceed if you're not planning on swapping, but to see how it works. So when you initiate it, you have like a 15 minutes window, and then you can be sure that you are getting this. So just like that, as a matter of
I
precaution.
see. So it's going to be like similar. Is it similar to when you're booking a flight ticket? So you
Somewhat.
have this
Yeah,
price.
that is a very good reference, I'd say. Yeah, absolutely.
I see. That's really cool. But I'm kind of worried though, because the prices in cryptocurrency can fluctuate so much. So let's say you were given X 1 minute to maintain this trade. You said up to 3 minutes, but somehow the price suddenly fluctuated. Something like a pump and dump, some kind of happens within a coin that you're trading within Exolix. So how do you handle that kind of discrepancy if the price changes so much? Then
I mean, some tokens are much more volatile than the other. So I mean, when there are huge shifts, that the swap may actually not go through, and then you'll get all your tokens refunded to the original wallet. And if they won't get refunded immediately, our support team would refund it. But at least you know for sure that you are not getting less because of slippage or something else. Or you can actually choose the other option, which changes the price dynamically, which would be closer to, I don't know, typical DEX experience, if you ask me.
Okay, I get it now. So you have like a percentage limit. So the price cannot go below this X amount. It can only go above. Okay.
Yeah, you can actually, choose whether you want fixed price or dynamic price option. It is there is either one or another. But yeah, I mean, of course, it is subject to change, and of course, it is subject to some potential failure of the transaction. But at least you're not losing anything.
Exactly. You either just miss out on doing that trade on that price, but it's still a lot better compared to losing money. The trading mentality that it's better not to lose money, just to miss out on profit. It feels better to miss out on profits than to actually lose your assets. I know it could be a psychological fallacy, but at least, the thing that you're not losing money and you're sure that you're not going to get less on the price that you have indicated. So that's a good, flexibility to ensure that your assets are somehow protected based on how you want to control.
Yeah, just a quick word of advice. I mean, it's not like specifics of how Exolix works, but it's very much related to what we're currently discussing. I mean, we work with various chains, and sometimes chains, especially when they're trending, it even happened with Monero, they experience too much load, too many transactions. And at those times, and it's typical across the whole chain, more transactions fail. And, and basically those failures would be happening on any other services. But our live support actually handles those. And they also handle either, the continuation of transaction or refunds, depending on the situation. But at least people, are taken care of and shouldn't worry about.
Yeah, I think that's also one of the reasons why, we have an awesome partnership with you guys. We do share the same sentiments of protecting the funds of the people and our users as well. And, having an on-call active 24/7 customer support, that's also what we have. So I think that's one of the similarities, the positive similarities that we have at Exolix, to make sure that, not only will your funds be safe, but any moment that you think that, some things weird, you need advice on how to use our platform, on how to use Exolix's platform, that's going to be an awesome thing that we have in similarities. We are really connected to our community and our users as well. And you know what? You guys don't have any limits on your transaction. Is it like, do you have a minimum or a maximum, or it doesn't matter at all?
Well, I mean, technically speaking, there is always maximum, right? But maximum actually depends on the capabilities of our liquidity providers, and we have many, and we have huge ones. So, I mean, the limits are probably much higher than, any potential needs of vast majority of our users, including whales who also use us from time to time. And I'd like to make like a small announcement that I probably had to do in the beginning, but I think it's a great time to make it. So, because in the beginning you mentioned that you are actually doing a giveaway on this event, and also you have like your own event, like extended event at Coinomi for 1,000 USDC. But I'd like to explain that we are also adding this X Spaces as a quest for like additional experience in our ongoing Zilli sprint that we currently do in collaboration with meme coin Doge Elon Mars. So the total prize pool is the equivalent of $600 in Doge Elon Mars and USDC. And basically, if you just check our Zilli page, like for instance, if you go to our X profile page and scroll down to our sprint announcement, then you can find it there. And basically, you can enter the passphrase to this event, which is aggregator. And because I've seen that Coinomi announced that aggregator is active on it, so I thought that would be a nice passphrase to have. And you get your, if I'm not mistaken, 300 XP points for visiting these spaces, and it would be a great start in your sprint. You can do all the requests and get to the top of the leaderboard, and definitely got a neat reward from us at Dojilo Mars. So thank you for listening. I'll also mention it later on in the event.
Oh, and yeah, you mentioned you've been here for a long time, Rounds. I kind of miss it. How long has Exolix been in the market again?
Since 2018. I think that in October we turned 8 years already.
Oh man, yeah, as you mentioned earlier, that is huge in terms of Web3. 8 years here, it's like, I don't know, like 30, 40 years if we're going to convert
you know how
it.
People count dog years to human years. Now we should count Web3 project years to human years.
Exactly. You know, I've heard about projects saying that, okay, our project is good because we've been here for a month. So I think if a month is a flex for a lot of, meme coins and what's the term for that? Just meme coins in general, then imagine what more than 5, 6, 7 years we'll have. And I think that's also one of the solid foundations that you got in building the community. And, as Coinomi as well, also.
You mentioned that like meme coins exist on average for a month or less, especially in Pump Fund. I don't think they exist for more than 3 days. But you mentioned that, and that reminded me that tomorrow we also have we go to spaces at Dojil on Mars, and their spaces dedicated to them turning 5. It is a meme coin that is already 5 years old.
Oh wow, we have meme coins that's more than 5 years old that's still alive. Wow, at this market, I need to check that out.
Well, they were inspired by Doge, and Doge is older naturally than.
Of course, Dogecoin is one of the OGs that we have here. And so, yeah, as I've been talking about, the seniority of projects being years in the space that we work in definitely shows the stability and, of course, the community that's built within it. So if it's not so often that you see a project that's more than 5 years and still active, still growing, like you guys here, and of course, in Coinomi, continuously making partnerships. So I think that definitely adds up to the trust that we got, the people's trust that we got to this kind of project. So definitely, that's one of the indicators of a stable and secure kind of project. And you know what? Something that actually helps out with people feeling more secure with whatever they're investing in is knowing the process on the utility that you guys got. So when you swap using Exolix or using any of your services, what makes it more secure or more or just safe in general compared to using an ordinary swap?
Well, I mean, in terms of like user experience or in terms of technicalities, would you elaborate? Or should I just answer as I understood this?
I guess you can explain in a layman's terms so anyone else can relate. Not need to be so technical, just a good comparison.
Well, I mean, like security wise, okay, so we basically are happening to be completely non-custodial service naturally. Basically, the swap just happens. As I said, we do not request and actually do not allow any sort of wallet connection. Most of the time, we don't know identities of our users. So basically, there is just no point where users should feel vulnerable. Sometimes they feel vulnerable, during the event of the swap as they already sent the funds and they still haven't received theirs. And in that, sometimes swaps take longer than people expect. So maybe they do have some experience with some specific very fast networks, or maybe they don't have too much DeFi experience and they just used to do that on some kind of centralized exchanges or something. So they worry when they have to wait for more than a couple of minutes, and they panic, and then they refer to our support department, and it's live, so they also do have like few minutes to respond. Sometimes it takes like about 5 or so minutes if they are occupied with other requests. So in that case, yes, but eventually, when everything's sorted out, and we make sure that everything is sorted out, we prove that they have nothing to worry about. One word of advice. So at Exolix, we do have like our community hub, like the place where people can discuss everything on Telegram. And sometimes people seek like support or something there. So sometimes they refer me, sometimes they write to our moderator, sometimes they write to other people, like maybe our BD managers. Thing is that we do not provide any kind of support there on Telegram, because I think it's not like I think it's actually proven it is full of scammers. So and I even tested it myself specifically to make sure that I know what's happening. I use my like personal account and pretended to be a struggling user on our Telegram chat, and I write something, I make something up, like I have problem with the swap. I immediately got lots of direct messages on Telegram, and on top of that, like calls from people, pretending to be support providers, and just
It's scary.
trying to scam me. And so we have like notifications. So whenever I just configured a bot, which is triggered on words like support or help, and basically it explains people that we do not provide any support on Telegram. We do have moderator, but he basically oversees the whole discussion. But please refer to the official ways to contact our support team. There are only two: the support form on our website and direct email, which is only one, a specific one. And yeah, but still, when people are panicking, sometimes they just DM us, and I can't help a lot. I don't even have access to any customer data or any data about those swaps. But at least if they panic too much, I explain them once again, in my own words, that they should contact support department, and I mean that's it, and then wait for just a few minutes. And it's more like psychological, support than technical from my part. But sometimes that's what people need. Sometimes that's what people need, because very often
support,
the swap is already completed by the time they hear from me. But at least they've been replied to.
I think that's one of the primary things any exchanges or wallets or services swaps that needs is as we've talked about, 24/7 customer support. And as you've mentioned, it's not just technical support, but psychological support, especially for people. They do make mistakes. People makes mistakes. No matter how much you use something, you are bound to do mistake. Either choosing the wrong chain, choosing the wrong token, or a typo and things like that. Those kind of things happen. And the most important thing in those kind of times, as us service providers and such as with Coinomi and Exolix, is that we need to have a solid support system that's there to answer, to have a psychological support to tell our customers that don't worry, your transaction is going through, it's just having a delay, or don't worry, we got you guys. You might have made you might have made a mistake, but yeah, it can still be reverted. It can still be reverse the transaction, just something to make them feel calm, that they're not losing money, that we're here to listen, we're here to fix things. And I think that's what Exolix and Coinomi stands out, and having this kind of customer support. And it's really hard to have this 24/7 support that will reply to you in in not more than 2-3 business days. I think that was a problem in a lot of the services. They often reply in like 7+ business days, and at that time you probably have a mental breakdown, not knowing what happened to your funds if you suddenly have a bug or something. So that's also one of the things that we should be able to get to our services here is, we got you guys, not just technically, but also emotionally. That's one of the things that we can help you when using our services. But, again, as I've mentioned, mistakes happen. And I'm curious, in using Exolix Swap, what sort of thing normally happens when it comes to having mistakes? So, like, common mistake users have, and what can they do to to avoid those kind of common mistakes?
Okay, sometimes people confuse networks, and basically, in most of the instances, they actually get a refund. Sometimes they provide like wrong wallet address of the receiving wallet. Once again, most of the time, I mean, if they haven't done like a complete mistake of, for instance, entering some other wallet instead of theirs, and the swap is successful, most of the time
People
they
can abuse that, so you need to be careful as well. You need to
yeah,
to weigh
I mean,
down
there
it.
is a great deal of responsibility there. So yes, I mean, you should check what you're copying, what you're pasting. So it is not a centralized solution. It wouldn't be giving like pointers on every step, and also knowing at the same time who is sending whom what. We don't know, and that's like our feature. It's not a bug. So yeah, there is a great deal of responsibility, as everything in DeFi. But at least whenever we can revert something, like provide a refund, uh, there are often circumstances when we are actually capable of. For instance, the funds reached our wallets, but the proceedings didn't happen because people, uh, entered like wrong, I don't know, network or wallet on the outbound wallet, and the deposit couldn't be proceeded. Then at least the refund works. And sometimes when something is confusing, uh, the debate can happen for like a few hours, or worst case scenario, a few days. But as I follow various discussions, and see how our super service reacts and what are the outcomes, I see that in my personal experience, okay, I didn't do my own statistics, but with the work of our support department, because we have a dedicated manager for that. But according to my experience, I think more than 98% of cases are very positively solved, in terms that either we complete the swap or just do the refund.
I think that's also the advantages if you have some sort of delay in certain transactions. It's not like a few seconds swap. Having like 3 to 5 minutes will give you an open time to sometimes it's irreversible. A lot of times it's irreversible, but at least there's a chance that it can be reversed given that you actually made a mistake. But guys, don't use that as an excuse. I know we have a lot of people that's trying to get a little bit too smart, saying, "Oh, I accidentally sent this amount to this wallet, but I don't know who owns this wallet." Guys, unfortunately, we guys here as trained customer support here at Exolix and Coinomi, so don't try to get too smart, because we're here to play a fair game to anyone, and we would like to help everyone. But of course, we're not going to be tolerating anyone who's trying to try and abuse our the systems. And that's also part of how we protect our users, to make sure that their funds are also protected, and we are also doing our part by educating them. So you guys here joining at the Coinomi Connects and following us on our socials will definitely get more information and having tips and tricks to protect your assets, and to have a secure kind of transaction using our services. So another thing that you have here at Exolix is you're currently having an affiliate program, if I'm not mistaken. Can you tell us more about that?
Well, I mean, we do have like a dedicated affiliate manager, and if there is an entity that believes that it can actually drive us good traffic, then we would be very happy to tailor a personalized deal specifically for them, so that they can maximize their benefits. But for like more, I don't want to say like general crowd, like for people who are fine with standardized, conditions, or who just want to try, their capabilities, we do have like what can be called probably a referral program, which is just embedded there in the solution, and just requires registration. And once you're registered, there is a tab on Exolix website where you can just see generate your referral link, and then after using it, see like how much you've earned, and then cash out. And currently, I believe the cashing out is in Bitcoin, but I hope everybody likes Bitcoin. So it should be fine.
Of course.
Also, I wanted to mention that it is not related to your question about the affiliate programs, but it is a very interesting thing that we do have a fully functional. When I say fully functional, it means that it like has all the features, all the functionality of our website solution as a Telegram dApp, like Telegram decentralized app. So basically, it is just another layer of flexibility for users who perhaps prefer it just on Telegram, and some people do.
Sorry, I was talking. I was mute. And another thing, speaking of earning rewards and things like that, other than the affiliate program, I've mentioned this earlier, but of course, I would like to reiterate that we're currently having a giveaway right now. So for people here, we're giving away $25 worth of USDC to one person who likes, retweets, and stay tuned during the AMA. So we're going to be checking which one of you guys have been here from start. Oh, not the start, maybe in the middle, for a good amount of time within the AMA or spaces. And we'll be picking the winner and announcing it the next day. So once again, yeah, if you would like to have some rewards and you want to be part of one of, if you would like to be that one lucky winner who gets a $25 USDC, retweet, like, or do the heart rag and be present to claim the prize. So yeah, tomorrow will be, it will be announced. So please do stay tuned to our socials for the winners. So once again, we also have the Coinomi reward. So you have, all you need to do is just log in and open the Coinomi app every day for 2 weeks and check out the rewards and do some tasks, and you will have some sure rewards right there. All you need to do, once again, is to just log in, open your Coinomi wallet, and do the tasks that is within the application. And of course, sorry, kind of bit my tongue there. If you guys are already using the Coinomi wallet, or if not, please download, and please feel free to share out your comments. Give us a rating. If you have any questions within Exolix as well and Coinomi, do reach out to us on our social media accounts. Exolix, if I'm not mistaken, you guys are most active with this kind of things on Telegram, so do follow them on our Telegram. We'll be posting them as well, or we've already shared or retweeted them in our page here at Coinomi, so do check them out right there. So Exolix, I know we're getting close to the end of the spaces. So you know what? You've been here for almost 6 years right now. We're 5 years. I would like to know what actually changed during that time period. What were the biggest changes that happened within Exolix from 2018, 2019 to now?
Well, I'm not even sure like what we constantly try to become bigger and better. I think speaking of some specific phase shifts, well, over time, as project grows and also it gets like more partnerships into more, integrations, it gets some kind of weight, some kind of respect, and it is felt over time. Okay, another important phase shift that I, as a community lead, feel very well is that over time, we stop struggling to actually motivate our partners to start collaborating with us, and they are actually proactively interested, and that is very pleasant, and it makes my work so much efficient and also pleasant. So other than that, I mean, adding this Telegram dApp that I've just mentioned was also like a big novelty, and we promote it as well. We believe that there is a market for it, and on top of that, I think that I think few months ago when privacy coins were trending, we, as one of the top historical hubs for swapping privacy coins, especially the most famous ones like Monero, were kind of trending as well, and we got a lot of interest, a lot of hype. So it was like a big massive event that also made some of us sweat a little bit more, especially our sport department, because we got a lot of first time users. So yeah, I think things are looking out very positively like that, and we are building to becoming better. By the way, speaking of the changes, not so long ago we had like a major uh, design shift on a website and also on our social media. So we prepared in advance for it, and basically we wanted to update and refresh everything to be in line with our vision and with our brand image. So yeah, I think that's about right.
Yeah, and to the people that are currently listening into this spaces, if you guys have been or are from the Coinomi community, Exolix, the Exolix partnership is actually not just a partnership that's just going to be posted like, okay, we're partnered with them, you're just gonna post about them. No, it goes deeper when it comes to having partnerships with Coinomi. Because right now that we have a partnership with Exolix. Not only do we have them within the app, but their swap is also going to be utilized within the tech of Coinomi. So you guys here from Exolix, if you already have Exolix, it's going to be a huge plus if you have Coinomi wallet as well, because we're already utilizing as well Exolix's technology. So all of that you can be doing within our wallet. And no, you're still supporting Exolix. You're just having one, an all-in-one kind of app. And for the people and Coinomi that's still not following Exolix, hopefully you've been listening throughout the entirety of this spaces. Exolix is a huge plus, a huge upgrade in terms of improving security and tech, not only for using their wallet or their app, but also ours here in Coinomi. So that's what we mean by having partnership with Coinomi. It's not just by name, by post, but within the technology inside that what we have in Coinomi. So of course, Exolix, it's been awesome having you here in the spaces. But before we end this, I'm quite curious. What do you have in terms of the future of Exolix? Because you've mentioned the growth from from the past to the present. But what about the future? Can you tell us more about the development updates and what people can expect in the next few months or maybe a year?
I know that's interesting that when you are, on the side of, privacy focused features, that also it happens that you are not always ready to reveal too much about yourself either. But I mean, we are happy to have lots of new events and partnerships, and I'm personally work a lot to make them even more impactful and also even more useful for people as well, and people can get more out of them. So if you check the board of this space, I've just dropped another initiative that we started a few days ago. It is basically dedicated to Monero turning 12 years old. It's that old. It's older than Exolix. And we are giving away one Monero. The current today's price in dollars is 375. And by this quest, which is happening actively on our X like daily, so you should follow it and participate in it. And just like I said, we also currently do a Zilly sprint on Doge Elon Mars with the price pool of $600 in Doge Elon Mars and the tickers Elon and USDC tokens. And basically, this space that we have with at Coinomi right now is also part of that sprint. So if you are participating or if you're willing to participate right now, then the passphrase to enter is aggregator, and then you'll get 300 XP points towards your sprint leaderboard.
Okay, so guys, be sure to follow on the socials of Exolix for the latest updates that we have, because they have so much giveaways that's going in, and it's so easy to be part of it. So all you need to do is to follow them to have the head start in terms of getting or joining the giveaways. And same with Coinomi, we have several partnerships coming in and several events as well and giveaways. All you need to do is just follow us and of course attend this kind of spaces, because this is also the live way of how we announce our future events and projects and partnerships. So Exolix, it's been an honor to have you here at Coinomi and to be partnered with you guys as well. And here's to, of course, improving the world of Web3 and protecting the assets, the funds, and to have more people use cryptocurrency and, of course, our wallets for a more safer, I guess, future for Web3. So that is it for everyone, and we'll hope to see you again on the next spaces here at Coinomi Connect. See you guys.